A sunny and hot, lovely Tuesday evening in the beautiful city of Kaduna. This is saying good evening to you all, and how has your day been like? It's another lovely day for us to take an hour out of our regular schedule and be part of the Ground Zero experience. Ground Zero, your never dull moment program right here on Invicta 98.9 FM, is a program that's designed to bring up topical issues in the polity, and with analysts and you, the listener, we try to understand these whole things and also try to create a talking point for all of it. Today on the program, Ground Zero will not be different from every other day, as we'll be looking at these topical issues. First, amongst my snippet today is the sacking of 50 communities by Boko Haram in Niger State, and Governor Bello's warning to the president that the terrorists are a stone throw away from the capital, Abuja. So it's no longer something that is abstract, but it's becoming real. They can feel it, they can hear it. It's just for them to touch it. We pray it does not happen. We'll look at that today, what the governor is saying to the president and how this impacts on the fight against Boko Haram. Also, the governor of Kaduna State had a new position in respect of negotiation with terrorists and bandits, and now has another position in respect of negotiating with kidnappers and bandits. What is that position? You will hear the sound bite of it, the old position, and also we'll get to hear the position of the state government as we have a press release from the spokesperson of the governor, Muyiwa Adekeye. We'll read that press release in the course of today's program and see how we can make sense out of it. I have two guests in this, with me on the program. One is already seated. The other is caught up in traffic, hoping and believing that he will step into the studio very, very, very soon. Okay, Eddie Ochidbo is a media strategist and a veteran journalist. Eddie Ochidbo, you are welcome to Ground Zero.
Thank you very much, Ahis, for having me, but I'm saddened. My heart bleeds for Nigeria. The country is bleeding.
By God's grace, let's see if we can heal that wound and stop the bleeding.
They call it that hemorrhaging position now is something that we should go into the theater and see how we stop the hemorrhage.
Okay. My other guest is Danjuma Abbas Dangwa from the Coalition of Association in Leadership, Peace, Empowerment, and Development. He will join us soon on the program. But meanwhile, you can go to the Invicta FM Facebook page at Invicta FM Kaduna, where you see the post and live video stream of the program. Add your voice to the conversation, and let's take it from there. And also on Twitter is at Invicta FM 989. On Instagram is at Invicta FM 989. You can listen and watch us live from the Invicta online portal at the website of Invicta FM at www.invictafm.com. www.invictafm.com. Let's go look at some details of the snippets I read out earlier so that we can have a clearer understanding of what we are talking about on the program today. First, let's look at not less than 50 communities in Niger State have been sacked or taken over by Boko Haram bandits. The governor of the state, Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, has stated. He said Boko Haram has hoisted its flag in Kaure village of Shiroro local government area after taking over the community. He spoke when he visited an emergency internally displaced persons IDP camp in IBB Primary School in Mina. The governor described the situation in Niger State as critical and terrible. And quoting him, he said, "I am confirming that there are Boko Haram elements around Kaure in Shiroro local government area of Niger State." Still speaking, the governor said they have taken over the territory. They have installed their flag I am confirming to you that Boko Haram terrorists and bandits have taken over some of the wives in the communities and attached them to Boko Haram chiefs, the governor said. The governor called for urgent intervention from the federal government to prevent the Boko Haram terrorists from making Kare their home and headquarters like they did to Sambisa Forest. Quoting the governor again, he said, I have been engaging the federal government and unfortunately it has gotten to this stage, and if care is not taken, even Abuja is not safe. We have been saying this for long and all efforts have been in vain, the governor lamented. The emergency IDP camp has 1,447 children, 119 pregnant women, 447 other women. One of the youth leaders who spoke during the governor's visit, Bulus Esu, said the terrorists have taken over Kuchi community in Munjan local government area. That, I would say, is a detail of that. And meanwhile, for the second item that we have on the program today, we'll just take a sound bite of this particular item and see when we, after looking at the sound bite, we'll come and read the press release that's coming from the governor of the spokesperson of the governor of Kaduna State would have a look at the press release. But first, let's just listen to this particular one.
Are we supposed to do that?
Okay, let's
to look at even good things that they are doing and say they are not doing it well. That is the job of opposition. So we have no apologies for pointing out to Nigerians that this government is incompetent and has failed to provide security. If you say we are politicizing it, fix the problem so that we can't politicize it. Okay? Are we politicizing breathing of air? Every Nigerian can breathe air. We can't politicize it because there is no problem there. But if you fail to supply petroleum products and we say you are failing, you say we are politicizing it. Fix the problem so that we don't politicize it. If you say that there is terrorism, we are politicizing it, eliminate terrorism. 5 years ago, nobody is talking about terrorism in Nigeria. Under Jonathan, it has become an industry. And we should not take advantage of their failings so that we secure the votes of Nigerians in the next elections. There must be something wrong with them. We have made suggestions to the government on how to improve security. They have ignored it. They have set up 5 different committees that have given them recommendations how to address this problem of terrorism in the last 3 years. They have not implemented one. They are incompetent. But they try to blame other people.
So at this stage that we are right now with terrorism in Nigeria, what do you think is the solution, especially on how to rescue the girls?
Look, the government has the solution to this problem. Several committees have given them recommendations. They should just implement the recommendations in their drawer. Okay? As for rescuing the girls, we have seen examples of what countries do when this situation happens. You should have military action on the one hand and negotiation on the other hand. You should not foreclose anything because the lives of your citizens are at risk and you don't want to lose one life. You don't want to lose the life of one person. You don't want to lose the life of 250 girls. So whatever it takes to rescue those girls should be done. If one of these girls was Jonathan's daughter, the story will be different. The only reason why these girls are still in captivity is because they are not the daughter of any important man in Nigeria, and we know it. And if you say I'm politicizing terrorism, go and rescue the girls so that I don't have a basis to politicize it.
So are you in support of negotiation?
I am in support of every option. When you have lives of your citizens at risk, you should not take any option off the table. You should be flexible. You should listen. You should negotiate and look at the price you have to pay and get those girls out. You should not say you won't do this or you won't do that. It's irresponsible.
Well, that was a statement from our governor. Then he wasn't the governor of Kaduna State. He was just aspiring to be the governor then. This particular comment was made in 2014, and it has been trending for some days now. And as a result of that, so many people are beginning to say different kind of things, and it's as a result of that this statement also came out from the spokesperson of the governor, Muyiwa Adekeye. I have the statement here. I will also read this statement and see how it. I'm just experiencing a little glitch. Okay, I think I have the statement with me now. Let's take it. Okay, the statement coming from the spokesperson of the governor in the person of Muyiwa Adekeye. He's the special advisor to the governor on media and communication. That's his position. Special advisor to the governor on media and communication. Muyiwa Adekeye. He signed this particular statement. I'll just read through the statement and see its title: "Surrender to criminals is not an option. Kaduna State government." The statement reads: amidst the violence unleashed by criminal elements on the people of Kaduna State, some commentators have responded by blaming Kaduna State government for asserting that the duty of the state is to uphold the law and not to reward hoodlums for violating the lives, properties, and liberties of citizens. Those pushing that kind of narratives are sharing a video clip of a 2014 interview in which Malam Nasir El-Rufai called on the government of President Goodluck Jonathan to use all options, including negotiation, to rescue the Chibok girls. The years since 2014 may have led some people to forget the denial and doubt that defined the federal government's response to Chibok abduction, especially the initial refusal to acknowledge that it happened. That was the context under which civic pressure were brought on the government. Nigeria's journey since the 2014 Chibok tragedy has proven that solution to violent crimes, including terrorism and banditry, is a robust response from the states and its coercive agencies. The quantum of money paid as ransom following many negotiations with bandits have not stopped kidnapping, reduced their frequency, or deterred the criminals. The experience of many states in the northwest of Nigeria since 2015 included cattle rustling, kidnapping, and the devastation of communities by criminals. Several states sought to negotiate their way out of the problem by talking to bandits, paying them money, or offering them amnesty. This has not worked and has only encouraged the criminals to press ahead for a surrender of the public treasury to them. That is clearly not in the public interest. The statement is quite long. You can go to our Facebook page. It will be posted there. But I'll just quickly jump to the second to the last paragraph where the statements read: Kaduna State government regrets the recent kidnap and killing of students from tertiary institutions in our state, and we sympathize with their families with whom we share the aim of the safe return of all the students. We mourn the dead students and we offer our condolences to the families and friends of the deceased. The ruthless and heartless resort of the kidnappers to murdering these young persons is part of their effort to further their blackmail and compel us to abandon our no ransom, no negotiation policy. Are people bothering with the consequences of state surrender to hoodlums? Or is it the continued politicization of security challenges not going to make all of us ultimately victims of the insurgents? The fact that criminals seek to hold us by the jugular does not mean we should surrender and create an incentive for more crime. In today's Nigeria, it has become fashionable to treat the unlawful demand of bandits as worthy of consideration and to lampoon people who insist that outlaws should be crushed and not mollycoddled or availed the resources they can use to unleash further outrages. The statement was signed by Muyiwa Adekeye, special advisor to the governor on media and communication. You've had background on the details of the two items that we'll be doing on the program today. And we'll go straight to talking. And Eddie Ochibo, let's start from the first item that we are looking at on the program today. The taking over of 50 communities in Niger State and the call from the governor of Niger State on the federal government to do something about it. Yes, these seem to be what is trending everywhere. Bandits, kidnappers everywhere. And what is the federal government doing about this? Because everything, still the buck still stops at the table of the president. Eddie.
Thank you very, very much, Ahis. And you just stated it very, very rightly there. The bulk stops on the table of the commander-in-chief. We have Minister of Defense and then the service chiefs who were recently changed out. But how can they operate without the command of the commander-in-chief? You know, the commander-in-chief must put on his thinking cap. This is how we will do. This is how we are going to solve this. Because it's a general, it's a retired general of the army, and that was one of the greatest advantages he had
in 2015.
In 2015, and then which he used on and rode on the back of the people, including us. We worked for him to the seat of power. It's very dire. We're in a very, very dire situation, and the most frightening thing about it all is what you talked about. That's the federal government.
Yeah,
the federal government, it seems to have run out of ideas. They just get involved and engaged in blame games.
Yeah.
Defending what is indefensible rather than say, okay, let's sit down and then take some strategic positions. A situation where, for instance, now we are not just bleeding in the place that have been 50 communities, 50, and it's not my word, it's the word of the governor. People carrying bags, leaving everything behind, and then it's you reeled out the number of IDPs in the town running for this thing, including 100 and something pregnant women. I can tell you the very 100 and something pregnant women. That's serious. Let's say a total hamlet that is sacked.
Yeah.
Or included that has communities, different kinds of communities. Not hamlet, a village. Or it's a midtown. I don't even know how to call it. 50. The dangerous thing about it all is the proximity
to the seat of power
of the people of this place who have already hosted their flag in the places that have taken over. Their proximity to the seat of power. And Governor Bello of Niger State is not the talking type. He doesn't talk much.
Yeah.
That's why I took his warning very, very seriously. And he's trying to tell the federal government or the presidency that, look, this thing is getting worse. Don't think that you are safe there in Aso Rock or all the residents in Abuja. That is just it's a stone throw, a 150-kilometer drive. And these people have gone, how do they call those gun
vehicles. Submachine guns. They have anti-aircraft
gun launchers and all kinds of this. Assuming that, okay, with this distance, they just now hit and enter Abuja. What do you think will happen? So I think that Buhari and his the president, Buhari and his especially the kitchen cabinet, should sit up and say and look at this. It's not no longer a joke. Nigeria is on fire in southeast, south. You can even see the mistaken bombing of our own troops and all this. So everything is just against us negatively.
And if you see, even while we got that, you saw the infantryman on ground that had that video. I just pray that he is not also victimized, just like the other.
That's what they have been
where
doing.
he was complaining that, look, we called for air cover and we told them where we are, but the air cover unfortunately bombed one of our gun trucks.
Yes.
And they were very angry, very angry. And you know, some days ago, I went to the 44 hospital to see an in-law that wasn't feeling fine. And my brother,
as a result of it, you went and then you saw
there,
what you didn't expect to see.
44 military hospital. My brother, what
the
I
wounded
saw there
soldiers.
was not, apart from the wounded soldier, I was talking of corpses. And
Coming.
someone said those are
corpses from
some people
Southwest.
attacked here in Kaduna by bandits.
Oh my God.
Well, in order not to
the issue is that you put it very right. I said, look, if we want to find solutions, the presidency, the president and his, as the commander-in-chief, where all bulk and all this is top on his desk, he owes it a duty, a serious obligation to Nigerians.
Look, let me give you some of these statistics that within the past less than 10 days, within the past 1 week,
it's about
now,
300 and
something. Six people were killed in Ekiti on the 20th of April.
Yes.
40 were kidnapped. About 40 were kidnapped at Greenfield University, Kaduna, on the 21st of April. 18 were kidnapped in Oyo on the 22nd of April. 45 were killed in Zamfara on the 22nd of April. Another 83 were killed in Zamfara on the 23rd of April. 3 were killed in...
it's okay, please. It's okay.
In fact, the figures are so...
No, it's okay, please. It's
unacceptable.
It's a frightening, very frightening situation for ourselves.
So, like, what we are saying is that we wouldn't want a situation where we would dampen the morale of our infantrymen, but our leaders, most especially those managing our security apparatus, need to sit up. They need to do something about all of this. Yes, we cannot shy away from the reality on ground. We can't shy away from the reality on ground.
Let's
because
be seen
so much
to be doing
things are
something
happening in Nigeria, and these are things that we are talking about on the program today. And after this very topic, I was hoping that our other guests would be in the studio any minute with us now, but in his absence, we will still move on. Let's look at the second item.
No, let me just conclude. Let's conclude this thing properly. This first item is because it's very, very germane and very, very, very fundamental.
Yes, please.
I think that we have reached a crossroads, and the presidency now that seem to be very, very how do I call it now? Reserved about some of these things that are happening and not forthcoming at all.
Yeah.
They need to reassure Nigerians, because already we have very, very strong trust deficit between government and the people. Let the government, let the commander-in-chief, the new service chiefs, let them sit and see how to address this situation, because you cannot even blame state governors, for instance, because they say they might be called chief security officers, but they are not in control.
Yeah.
And the government does not, the federal government does not seem to be guiding them and giving them the direction to take. That's my worry. Leaving state governors handicapped. Because we are talking of state police, it's not working. The order that will come must come from the commander-in-chief, and the commander-in-chief seems not to be forthcoming to address the people. Instead, the spokespeople like Gabashevo and Kefe, they just keep talking things that will dampen the morale of the people, instead of encouraging the people that, look, we are facing challenges, but these are the steps we are taking. But rather they will be playing game, continue. This one cannot be. This one is people who talk against the government are enemies of the people. That is not how to administer a government, especially when it's democratic.
All right. You're listening to Ground Zero on Invicta 98.9 FM. Let's take this message. We will be right back. Welcome back from that commercial timeout. You're still listening to Ground Zero on Invicta 98.9 FM. Before the commercial timeout, we looked at Niger State Governor's call on the federal government to do something about bandits that have taken over 50 communities in Niger State, and that Niger State just a stone throw from the federal capital territory. Now, let's look at the video that's trending now. That is a video that was made in 2014, where Malam Nasser El-Rufai criticized the government of Goodluck Jonathan. The video is resurfacing now, and people are making a whole lot out of it. Of course, the special advisor to the governor on media and communication has come out with a press release trying to put in perspective the reason why both scenarios are not the same. I have with me here in the studio Eddie Ochibo. Eddie, what's your take on this trending video? Well, for me, is it not outdated? Should it be a video that is relevant?
No. Outdated. It's the Pantami issue. It's just like the Pantami issue. Outdated what? How can you say that is outdated? Was he not the same governor that said it in 2014? So, okay, it's about moving goalposts when it suits you. When it doesn't suit you, move it. No. If I were
what are the key items in this?
The key items in this is that he's talking about negotiation, which he himself, the governor himself, has totally, rejected.
Okay.
And yet he was the one saying it some few years back, that every option should be on the table to save the girls.
But the time
is that not a contradiction? No. It's not about time change. That is the what is reflected in the press release by the special advisor, media special advisor,
media and communication.
If I were him, I would not write it.
But let's look at the merit of this particular press release now.
Okay.
Where he pointed out that over time, in the past, they had given monies to bandits and terrorists and all of that. It seemed not to be working. That's why they
then you tell the people the truth that, look, what we did in the past did not work. That I was part of, negotiating. In fact, the governor himself took money to, Fulani bandits or whatever.
Headsmen, rather. I don't want to use it.
Headsmen.
Don't provide.
But they were killing, and he went to appease them. Okay. And he told the world that he took money to go and settle them. What is that? Is that not negotiation?
But they still are still carrying it out. So I feel this new position of
that's why
we gave you money, it didn't work. So
because you have a social contract with the people, you say, "Cook, this position that we took before, we made a mistake." Come out clearly.
Okay, your grounds now.
Yes, my grounds is that.
Come and own up that it didn't work.
Yes, what I stood for yesterday is not working. But don't call that. Just when they are still holding daughters and men and all these things, you just come. You told the world. Even if you want to do it diplomatically.
But I think this press release from the governor's advisor.
What I'm saying is that it shouldn't have been a situation where the government come out openly to say that no negotiation. You can go on the ground and do some, intelligence. Okay. Because if you say things like that openly, danger the lives of those who have been abducted. You don't need to go and grandstanding. When you have not rescued your children. That's my grouse. Okay. The governor is a very, very intelligent person. And that brings me to the point that, look, we do too much politics rather than facing the reality. Governance. It's politics, no governance.
But in that particular video clip, the governor also pointed out that we politicize things that we shouldn't be politicizing. And as it stands presently, even this particular criticism of him is also seen in some quarters as plain politics.
That's exactly what I'm saying, that unless and until we are able, and that I have made that appeal several times, to, make the center, make the people in governance, or make governance governance positions less attractive, we will continue to face this, this very trend that will keep explaining and doing it. Just like Albert Einstein will say, when you continue to do the same thing I expect, it cannot work. It's time for Nigeria to say, okay, let us reset this country. And I don't even want to go into the issue of the governor, because he's doing wonderful work in Kaduna. We can see it. All this, but this particular one, I have a grouse. Seriously.
Well, I think we should open up the phone lines now and speak. But first, I'd like to sound this note of warning to all those that will call in. We are here seeking for solutions, and I believe that the comments and statements we are going to make today will be made in sincerity of purpose, with the sole aim of bringing peace, unity, progress, and development to the country and Kaduna State first. Then also making this statement, in packaging and delivering this statement in a civil manner. Those are just what we expect. And of course, for everybody, we have roughly 60 seconds for everyone to make their comments in respect of our discussion on the program today. The number to dial is 081 40,000 989 and 070 87 800 989. You can also go to our Facebook page at Invicta FM Kaduna and also drop your comment, and we'll read it out on the program. Not forgetting that the Twitter handle of the program is at Ground0247. You can also go there, drop the comment, and let's talk. Let's find out who our first caller is this evening. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening, the Peacemaker.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Emmanuel Musa from Sabo.
All right, Emmanuel Musa, let's have your comments.
Let me start from the governor of Niger State.
Okay.
Truly, what this man said, as our guest said, that the governor of Niger State used to talk. I used to follow how the other governors are doing. What this governor come out and say, I want our president to wake up. From Niger State to Abuja is not far. From Niger State to Kaduna State is not far. It's always in Nigeria. I don't know what is happening. If you follow the first strategy is not doing, change to another strategy. Nobody is bigger than this nation. Nobody is bigger than government.
Yeah.
The only thing that give a full order, let's go out and fetch these people out. Please and please go out and fetch. Now we are talking about COVID-19. COVID-19 has gone by the grace of God. Because we join our hands, we pray, we follow the protocol, COVID-19 is going. How about this mountain? Every day, please. Every day in this country. Please, we need to go back to God. And let our president wake up. Good evening, brother.
Thank you so much. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Hello, good evening, the Peacemaker.
Good evening. You are welcome to the program.
My name is Comrade Gabriel, Texas man.
All right, Comrade Gabriel, let's have your take.
I think this time around we should not be any blame game on any side of either the governor or the president or anybody. Because the only credible statement that come out is that statement from the governor of Niger State. He has said it clean and clear. And if Nigeria listen, let us listen. If I'm not listening, well, it is only God that knows. How do you expect a country that has no development, nothing, no project, nothing, no industry that is working, nothing at all is working?
You cannot say nothing is working.
No, that's an overstatement.
That's an overstatement to say nothing is working. They may not be meeting your expectation, but you can't say nothing is working.
Sorry to say, sorry. What I'm wanted to say that most of this, the government should try to make an investment so that people they will create massive employment for Nigerians, so that people will divert from this kidnapping, demanding money to go to work.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to say, sir.
Okay.
And so, please, I'm begging you to also look inward and see what happened to the unpaid Tesla worker. I have a record of almost 480 that died. Can you say something about that, sir? Please help us a bit. Because it's not insurgency that kill us, but hunger. unemployment age. 19 years now, nobody say us anything.
Oh.
Please help us. I'm begging.
By God's grace, something will be done pretty soon. Sorry about the situation of the textile workers. Hello, good evening.
Hello, my people in the studio. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Engineer Ogunwole is on the line.
Yeah, Engineer Ogunwole. Please, let's have your take as civilized as possible, please.
Please. The only solution in this country is prayer. That is the only solution.
Okay.
It's more than all this our leaders' power.
Okay.
Let me tell you, this type of thing that is going on in Nigeria is not strange to me. If you are friends to the Bible or Quran, it has happened to some countries. You understand me? It's only prayer survive them. Look at the Vero government, which Christians call Vero. Look at the Syriano government, which Muslims call. This type of thing is happening. You understand me? It's only prayer. I believe this government now, I describe them as a Vero and Syriano. God will deliver us from them.
I mean, all right. Thank you so much. Let's take this other call. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. You are welcome to the program.
Thank you. My name is Godwin. I'm calling from Geneva this evening.
All right, Godwin, can you speak up?
Okay. I really want to start by saying that the security situation in Nigeria now is becoming something else. Becoming inordinate. Something that just seems comprehensible. I don't know. I don't really know. I think the government of the day should try to be proactive rather than being reactive. A lot of talking is going on. I think they should do less of the talking and actually put more action into place. The talking is becoming too much. And then concerning Governor El-Rufai, I think I'm with him concerning not negotiating with terrorists or bandits.
Okay.
But I think he was so outspoken about it. That is the problem. That is what is going on now, because those the bandits and terrorists involved, they are hardened. That is why they're kind of taking lives now because of the governor, because of the stance of the governor not negotiating with them.
Okay.
Hello? Please.
Yeah, I'm listening.
And then I think with his position in 2014 and then with his present position, I see nothing wrong with it. It's only a fool that he would.
That's a strong word.
You don't use foolish talk here.
Hello?
We don't use words like that.
No. I'm not insulting anybody.
But those words are a little bit strong.
No, I said that it is someone that doesn't really know what he's doing, that is not flexible.
Not reasonable.
That's the word I'm trying to make. So be flexible, and I think it's okay. I think he's a wise man. If you see that what you are doing before is wrong, I think change is one thing that does really constant in life. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening, Peter.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Freeman. I'm calling from Lukaku. All
right, Freeman, let's have your take.
I just want to comment on this security. Like this Niger State government. So I just said it all. One thing that bothers me most is that when the thing is happening, you will not hear about anything. When the thing is over, you say we are on top of the case, on top of the situation. When are they going to be under the situation? Look, I'm a GTF man. Yesterday night, we saw somebody with 3 bags of corn, maize on top of his bag. Where are you coming from? He said he's coming from somewhere that they are running away from their house from near the Costa Rican power. He said that if you have 10 bags of maize, so that we escort you with 1 bag 1,000 naira, 1 bag 1,000 naira. If you have 20 bags, so that we escort you with that 20 bags 20,000 naira.
Wow.
Now, yes, because of this one, soldiers are making their own money for me. Because of just this insecurity matter. Where are we going in this country? Where are we heading to? Anybody that brought us to this situation, it's only God that will fight for us. We are the one that when we just stop and the next step from the bike, we help him to arrange it back.
pay 1,000 for your name before you put it inside my motor to where you are running to.
Wow.
What is all this? It's only God that will help us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your contributions. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening. I'm Awusko from Nasarawa.
All right, Awusko, let's have your take.
I want the president to convene a council of state meeting immediately, and a war council be set up. As for the voter face of the governor, it is just mere politics. The press release is just politics. Thank you very much.
Awusko from Nasarawa. We'll take this one more call. We'll come back to the studio. Hello, good evening. Welcome
Good evening,
to Ground Zero. Good evening.
Thank you, sir.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Uncle Dave is my name, from Kaduna.
All right, Dave.
The problem we are having in Nigeria is beyond what we are talking about. We know the root cause of all these things. But I'm still baffled to see people defending something that a small baby can even read between two hands. These bandits, they said they came in because of the election. And the government didn't deny it. These
are
allegations.
Allegations and hearsay. And until there are evidence to back up all of this, I think we may not be able to take that. All right. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
God bless you this evening.
All right, quickly, let's have your take.
You're also Engineer Manuel.
Yes.
You see, it's rather unfortunate we find ourselves in this situation. You remember fervently, or I stand to be corrected, Mr. East.
Yeah.
Mr. East. In 2013, 2014, there was a statement by the president and the governor of Kaduna State that the former administration are not capable, they are not competent to secure lives and property.
Yeah.
All that they know to do is to sit down, share money, build house in Abuja.
Yeah.
Today, what is playing out? What goes around has comes around.
Yeah.
Now, are they saying that they are not competent, they are not capable of securing lives and property?
That's a big question that we have no answer. Mr. Kure, in 30 seconds, let's quickly have your take. Oh, we lost Mr. Kure. He was on hold on our alternate line. So we'll just take this last caller. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. 30 seconds. Let's quickly have your take.
What I want to say concerning the issue of the insecurity in this country, I think we should be thinking of holding the security chief in the state responsible for some of these things, because I don't think we are hearing much from them. We have the GOC, we have the Air Force, the Civil Defense, we have the Police Commissioner. We are not hearing anything from there.
Okay, you want us to hold them responsible. We have to end the program now, but in the course of the program, while taking your calls, my other guest that I told you was stuck in traffic walked into the studio. So we'll just quickly, like in 2 minutes, have a compressed, summarized summary of the compressed summary. All right, Danjuma Abbas Zangwa.
Well, it is not for me, it is not surprising that we are now saying that Boko Haram is close to the capital or seat of power in Nigeria. It's been something that has been long coming. If you have looked at the kind of attacks that these communities, defenseless communities, have witnessed in Chukun, in Birnungwari, and in parts of Niger State, it is incontrovertible, and that the fact that these people have begun to target institutions of learning also tells you that yes, this is indeed Boko Haram at our doorstep. We have been given various colorations of these particular actors, but here they are, and they have come to declare to us that they are really at war with our nation. It's unfortunate. I sympathize with my governor, the governor of Kaduna State, because he himself is actually finding himself in a difficult situation. He's between a rock and a hard place here. He has said so much, to condemn this thing, to buttress the political will, and to mobilize for the support needed from other state governors to root out this terrorism. But today we are here. We had the U.S. High Command, Military Command, warn Nigeria that Al Qaeda is making inroads into the northwest, and yet we have not seen the commensurate effort by our government to stem the tide. And I will say that at this point in time that it is unfortunate that the president particularly is not helping matters, because his words are not inspiring people, and the actions, the marching orders that he gives to our armed forces have not translated to meaningful results. And as citizens continue to lose confidence in government, these things are not going to mean well for us as a nation. We have no other urgent to do than to call the attention of the president to wade in, because had the president put in the weight behind the governor of Kaduna State when he stood his ground against these negotiations, perhaps we would have seen some level of result. But now these people are moving around freely. I mean, clerics have gone to see these bandits where they are, and then our own security force cannot tell us anything. We are spending money buying drones. We are having aircraft. We are having all of the resources of the state, offered to the president to make sure that this happens. You can recall that not recently we were talking about how $1 billion was taken out of the excess crude account to equip the armed forces to really combat this thing. Today, our armed forces, especially that come down to the police, is not equipped enough to even handle protests, is not equipped enough to pursue banditry and terrorism out of this nation. And the entire Nigerian state now is standing on her toes because citizens can't afford to sleep. People in Abuja are now seeing this thing coming close. And I think that anybody who is taking these warnings for granted does not really understand the graveness of the situation that we are in. I just hope that the new resolution by the state governor to wade into the issue and negotiate for the release of these school students is a way to go. And beyond that, we need a very lasting solution on this matter.
All right, that's a recompressed summary of the summarized compressed summary.
I have to.
What a tongue twister.
All right, Eddie Ochibo, parting shot, 1 minute.
My parting shot will be this, that first and foremost, we need to tell one another the home truth. We need to be very, very sincere. And when I say we, I'm talking about we as Nigerians. Let's be very sincere and begin, to forge this ambition that we should tell ourselves the home truth, rather than continue to do politics day in, day out. Whatever is said, even if it's for good, people will read political coloration to it, political meaning to it. But here we are faced with emergency, and there are a lot of shenanigans all are going on. This emergency is facing us directly. We need to, and my advice today to the federal government is they need to take drastic steps immediately before the Abuja is overrun, Kaduna or all other neighboring states overrun, because these people have come very near to us.
All right.
If hosting their own flag, that is unfortunate.
And unfortunately, that's the size of the program today. Hoping that we've been able to open up some of these things and direct our talking point in the proper perspective, that we would have a positive outlook towards all of these things, and solution-minded comments and conversation will start to trend all over the country. Thank you so much, Eddie Ochibo, for having time to be on Ground Zero.
My pleasure.
And to Danjuma Abbas Zangwa, thank you so much too for taking time out to be on the program.
Thank you so much.
I am Ehis Admo. On Saturday from 4 to 5, I'll be on for another edition of the program. Plant a tree today, water it, and watch it grow. May the good mighty Lord bless and keep us all.